We need a Hogwarts Legacy style Star Wars game. A game when we're a Jedi in the Jedi Temple, learning the ways of the Force while still partaking in a classic Star Wars adventure. Hogwarts Legacy looks distinctly different from most RPGs that we see, focused more on being a student at Hogwarts rather than being this character making groundbreaking choices within the Harry Potter universe. That's not to say there isn't going to be major choices to be made within the game, but the focus seems to be more on you as a student and what you would do in everyday life if you actually attended this fantasy school to become a wizard. And I think this more grounded approach, which highlights the key fantasy of being a person within this universe rather than a character within this universe, someone destined to make great choices and go on grandiose adventures, is exactly what we could use in a Star Wars game. Imagine a game where you're a student in the Jedi Temple, likely a Padawan or maybe a knight. You have a master, you attend classes with other Jedi, and you learn the secrets of the Force as you grow in your skills as a Jedi. We've had other great Star Wars RPGs in the past, but like most RPGs, they're more focused on giving you this larger story to be a part of. In KOTOR 1, you didn't even know you were Force sensitive at the beginning, and in KOTOR 2, you were excommunicated from the Order, which is in all but ruins at that point. You still got to be a Jedi with many of the story beats revolving around the Force and the Jedi or Sith code, but neither of those really let you be a Jedi. I think that's the difference with a game like Hogwarts Legacy. It's an RPG in a different way, more similar to say Red Dead Online, where you still have missions and such, but also you spend a lot more time hunting and gathering, cooking food and making tonics, cleaning your weapons and taking care of your horse. The RPG aspects are more focused on putting you into the role of a cowboy and living out what that role would likely entail, rather than the fantasy of being a cowboy and how you would shape the world based on that fantasy. If you were to have made a game like this 10 or even 5 years ago, I don't think it would have gotten the same reception, and in some ways had been even possible. But now with better technology and the large assortment of traditional RPGs that we have, I think people are ready for a more honed in role-playing experience. The kind we all wish for as a kid, saying, what if I were a Jedi living in the Jedi Temple? And this game has a lot of potential too. You could choose your lightsaber fighting style, make your own lightsaber. You could explore Coruscant in your free time. Maybe after your first few hours of the story, you get missions that take you to other planets and maybe do connect to a bigger story. Enacting diplomacy, running into bounty hunters, but all from the perspective of a Jedi from the Temple representing the Jedi Order. There could even be dark side leading Jedi that are considering leaving the Order that you could begin to join. Possibly 3/4 of the way through the story, you could actually leave the Order if you go down the path of the dark side, being in a Count Dooku and Ventress type situation, with you being the apprentice to a Sith Lord, the Dooku type in this situation, who has another master, the Palpatine type in this situation, but is secretly training you, the Ventress, in this situation. At the end, you could go full rule of 2 and be convinced by their master, the Palpatine, to kill your master and become their new apprentice. There would hopefully be more gray options too, and also just other options in general, so it isn't just a dark and light side meter. With the potential of a sequel with you being a knight or even a master with your own Padawan. Seeing shop owners and politicians you've made connections with before. Maybe if you went Sith, being able to actually go after your current master, the Palpatine figure, now that you are older and more experienced, to become the new head Sith. With this game leaning more into the traditional RPG elements somewhat, now that you are more grown up and have less to do in the temple, but still with plenty of Jedi-like things to do, like making decisions on the Council or training your Padawan. I think a Star Wars game focused on being a Jedi, not being the hero or necessarily the main character, but on being a Jedi in the Star Wars universe would be amazing. We still have to see how things ultimately go with Hogwarts Legacy, but I think this style of game has huge amounts of potential, even outside of just Harry Potter and Star Wars. What other franchises do you think would work in this format? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. My name is Parker Fox, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.